Hi and welcome to the video. I'm Damon, this is Dame Over, and like I said in yesterday's video, this is part 2 of the level 20 weapons. I'm taking a close look at them, giving you a lowdown of how they perform and compare them to the other weapons available in each class, and today we're looking at the medic. So the aim is to find out whether these level 20 weapons are actually worthy of being the max rank weapons. Yesterday was all about the assault class, so if you want to check out that video, I've linked it in the description, but today we're going to be looking at the M1928A1, better known as the Tommy gun. So the Tommy gun actually made its first appearance during Battlefield 1 and was one of the most powerful SMGs available to you, an incredibly capable weapon in very close quarters battles, and it's a pretty similar story in Battlefield 5 as well actually. So it's got the fastest fire rate at 720 rounds a minute, beaten only by the Suomi, which has a standard 770 unless you choose to improve the fire rate and whack it all the way up to 981 rounds a minute, which is absolutely beastly, but I think you'd find it very difficult to struggle with the 720 rounds a minute of the Tommy gun. Now the Tommy gun is definitely a close quarters weapon, although pushing out to mid-range if you're able to tap fire it can be very effective as well, but it does require a slightly higher skill set. But in CQB it really comes into its own, and with both specialization trees actually being very good to improve the CQB capabilities of the Tommy gun, depending on what your playstyle is, you'll find it very easy to push objectives and get in very close to the action. So for quite a while I was having a play around with the specializations to find out what I wanted and what I thought was the best for me and my playstyle, so I started going right, left, right to improve the hip fire as much as possible, but also get that huge bump in fire rate up to 900 rounds a minute. The only problem I found was that having only 20 rounds available per reload meant that I wouldn't be able to fight more than 1 or 2 opponents in quick succession before having to stop and reload, and quite often I found myself caught short. So at the moment my favourite specialisation tree is going all the way down the right hand side, which gives you that huge drum magazine to play with, but you'll see both of those specialisation trees that I just described to you in the video today. And that brings me nicely onto the drum magazine, which is a huge deal as far as SMGs go because the fire rate generally is much faster than other weapons. Having 720 rounds per minute, you can end up spraying all of your bullets very quickly without even realizing it. So having the more than double capacity than you originally have is a huge bonus if you're someone like me that likes to play aggressively and get those flanks in. If you're coming up on several opponents at once, knowing you won't have to stop and reload and just pray that they're not going to turn around and take you down is an incredible advantage to have. The iron sights are fairly crappy on the Tommy gun, I'm not going to lie to you guys, so most of the time I choose to have the reflex sight, so I can choose to pepper those enemies that are too far away, firing in 2 or 3 round bursts, but compared to most of the other SMGs, the iron sights really do get in the way, and it makes it much harder to stay on target if you do choose the ADS. So can any of the other weapons compete? Do any of them deserve the level 20 spot? Well, I don't really think so. The Tommy gun is such an incredible weapon at close range. Seeing people moving around the map, if you can combine it with good movement skills, and hopefully the mantling works as well, keep your fingers crossed for that when you're playing, you can cause the other team some real problems. And don't forget, it is the medic class after all, so you're able to infinitely self-heal if you have to. It makes you incredibly difficult to take down at the best of times. Now the hip fire on this weapon is incredibly accurate. It's very easy to use even if you don't have all of the hip fire specializations equipped. I wouldn't say it's much better than some of the other SMGs. The Suomi in particular is very good at hip fire, as we all know, but having the extra rounds available to you with the drum magazine makes the Tommy gun so much more formidable. It definitely can't compete at range like the Sten can, for instance. I think the Sten's actually got the second spot compared to the Tommy gun, to be perfectly honest, because it is so powerful and does also have very strong hip fire. Now it does require a very specific playstyle, and those higher skill players will benefit from using the Tommy gun. Like I said before, good movement skills will be rewarded, and if you're able to predict where the enemy's going to be and flank them, then you're going to be picking up loads and loads of kills. That's not to say that the other SMGs don't allow you to do that, but I think the Tommy gun, because it is just so good at hip fire and having that drum magazine equipped if you do choose to have it, it's such a big advantage, it's just so much better at it. So the question on everybody's lips, in case you couldn't tell from all of the content in this video, do I think the Tommy gun deserves the level 20 spot? Well, yeah, in case you couldn't tell, absolutely yes. It's my favourite weapon to use in the medic class, and I'm sure it's the favourite of lots of other people as well. It allows you to play aggressively and really push the opponents, get in close and cause some absolute mayhem, which is exactly how I like to play in Battlefield 5. Obviously that's not for everybody, so if you think differently and you think a different weapon should be the level 20 weapon, then let me know down in the comments below, and let's nip over and say a very quick thank you to my Dame operatives, those of you guys supporting the channel through Patreon. Because of you guys, I'm able to make this content as often as I do, so if you want to become a patron yourself, there's a link in the description and the pinned comment. So if you had a good time, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button too. Don't forget the bell button because YouTube chooses not to notify people even if you are subscribed, so it's very important that you do or you're going to miss all of the content anyway. And as always, share this video wherever you like. Till next time, that's Dame over. Peace.